see what else is available on our event, and see if there's anything else I'm missing. I feel like this is quite obvious and I'm just being a bit stupid. So click and drag. So the event has an index, it has a position. Resource. Okay. So that's the input touch. Whoops. But if we breakpoint here with only on the screen grab, let's see how this works. Okay. So the relative of 10 at position -331. Okay. And if I go over on the right hand side, it's at position. Okay, so that feels like we can just use the X value. Okay. So here we'd say if event.position.x is greater than 0, and player number is equal to 2. We should probably do it the other way around, right? Less than 0 and the player number is equal to 1. Ah, no. I was correct. I think this is AND in Godot, or the other way around. And we may as well include 0 in this because it's a negation. Let's just return. Okay. So this is not so we can do an early return up here. So we're only really worried about this sort of event, input event screen grab, and then we also return if it's off screen, and then finally. So this is essentially the code in question, like what can we do to determine, but I just thought that if you clicked on a viewport, only that viewport would get the input event. Screen drag 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, okay, so that's so odd. Is it all relative? Ah, interesting. It's a relative position. Okay, if it's a relative position, then we've got more options. Okay, that's fine. That's probably easy enough if it's a relative position, right? That's not what I meant to do. Oh, one thing I've been meaning to do for ages, which I haven't. On the game, func input event if event is input event action and event dot is action pressed UI cancel. Get tree dot reload currency. So this is just a little trick to enable us to reload the game with the escape key. So I can zoom along and then, okay, that doesn't seem to work. Okay, so for player 2 we're getting a negative when it's player 1, and when it's player 1, okay, we're getting that. So that's easy enough to do now. So there we go. So now we can reload the scene with escape if we need. Okay, so I think what we want to do is we want to get the size of this viewport somehow. Let's just check what the best way to do this is. Viewport get size. Oh, and let's not forget that Godot is so the viewport.size. Oh, what? Get world TD direct space state intersections intersect point. Huh. Direct space state. Get global mouse position. Let's use get global mouse position. I could just ask for the size, right? So if we just print size here, and get the size. Let's see how that looks. So I'm pretty sure we can just ignore anything outside the size. Okay, so we've got 571 by 540. That's cool. And so everything that's negative we can negate for player 1. And everything that's more than the X size we can negate for player 2. Cool. Alright, sweet. I feel like that was way more difficult than it should have been, but so what we're going to say is the if not event is if an event is irrelevant, it's 2 R's, right? Irrelevant. If the event is irrelevant, then return and pass the event, and this is where we're going to determine this. So this is going to be like a helper here and say func event is irrelevant. So if the event dot position is less than 0, or the event dot position is greater than size dot x, return true. Otherwise we return false, right? And let's actually put the is at the front. I think that's more obvious. It's a Boolean. Okay. Cool. Alright, so we've got an early return statement here to guard against irrelevant events. And now we should have our system. We don't actually need to store the position anymore, because we can just get the velocity here and then say in fact, I'm just going, whoa. I'm just going to breakpoint here and see what we get. So I think we kind of just want the velocity of the drag. Yeah. PS Studio is trying to do some weird stuff with the indentation, so really difficult to get through. Okay. Really? I don't see any tabs or spaces. Just tabs here. Breakpoint. Okay, okay. So this event that's odd that it's triggering before I've even pushed the button.